Alright, today's topic is trigger adjustment Edgun R3. You know, all three calibers, doesn't matter, all has the same trigger assembly. Alright, I'm going to demonstrate how I have mine set, and we'll continue. Alright, this is my first stage, second, break. Try again. First, break. First, break. Now that's very light trigger. Some people don't like it like that if you're hunting, but you know, some people like them stiffer. Anyway, that's how I have mine set. Alright, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start from scratch and show you how to adjust it why I had it. Alright, these two screws behind the blade, I'll back them off. Let's see, 3 turns each. At this point, if I cock it, it'll take a lot, really stiff trigger to start off. Really stiff. So like 5-pound pull right there. I have to do it. First step you do is adjust this one. It's a shear engagement travel limiter. Alright. We want to adjust how much shear engagement with this screw. Then we'll just fine tune it with this one for the second break. Alright, easily. The way to adjust this, you turn it clockwise till you cannot cock or engage the shear. Alright, we'll try that. It's not engaging, so we'll back out half at a time and we'll test it till the shear engages. Alright, shear engages. We'll see, you have to determine how light it is. Alright, when you go clockwise, a quarter turn, test it. It was okay. We'll leave it at that. We'll fine tune that later. Now the second screw, we're going to turn it clockwise till we cannot cock the shear. Alright. Let's start out with 3 turns. 1, 2, 3. There. It doesn't cock. Now we'll back it out quarter at a time till it starts engaging. That one engaged. We'll see how light it is. See it? There is no first stage on it. And it's really stiff. Now we need to back it out half a turn and we'll test again. Now we have first stage. Light first stage. And the brake is still too hard for me. We'll back it out a quarter turn. Test it again. It's getting lighter. Alright. At this point, these two screws kind of work with each other to fine tune the release. Alright. Right now, the travel is too long on the second stage. We'll try shorten it up. By shorten it, I'm going to try turn this one clockwise. Just a hair. Try it again. That's light. Almost what I had before. Now we turn just a hair. Just a little bit. I still got a first stage and really light release. Try again. Now that feels really good. Now, if you want this lighter, you know, you have to move the screws, screw them in to get less gear shear engagement. Alright. Another adjustment you can do to make it lighter, alright, it's a spring. And this nut here keeps the tension. Alright. You can back this out slowly and test it. The trigger will get lighter. Alright. If you compress the spring, tension will be stiffer. Alright. Because this spring controls the whole length of this rod, the mechanism, the rocker, and force the shear to engage. Alright. If you want it lighter, loosen the screw. One thing bad about making it too light, the trigger becomes really sensitive. It's like really gravity sensitive. What I mean by gravity is, you may have a really set light for now, right? Whereas in the horizontal position when you're bench shooting or on a bench just shooting horizontally. Now if you want to cock this gun pointing down, like when you're hunting, you got your gun shoulder to your side and you want to cock it without lifting, pointing the barrel horizontally, it will not cock if you back this out too much. We only cock in a horizontal or this position, it will engage that way. That's when you have this loosen up too much. If you loosen it beyond that, your shear is not going to engage. Alright? That means you need to tighten the tension of the spring and test it and see how it feels to you. If you want it tighter, softer. Alright? This screw here I changed. This screw holding the spring, the stock was, you could spin it just by your finger. So I took the rocker trigger assembly out, removed the stop pin, and disassembled it. Took that screw off and put a different screw in there as well. Let's see it there. It's called a Loctite nut. On one side of it has a nylock insert, so you cannot put this on by finger. You gotta use a wrench to put it on, so it does not back out if you use this. So that's what I have over here in the back. When I have it set, this nut is not going to back out, only by a wrench. Alright, if you're interested in this type of screw, email me, we'll get together. I'll send me a pre-stamped envelope, I'll send you one of the screws. I tell you, it really helps. Alright, another thing I did to this trigger, I tuned it. What I mean by tuning is, everything that came out of here, I took every pin out and polished every moving part that has a friction fit. Anything that slides together, I polished it and re-greased it. This screw, adjustment screw on top, that's what sits on the rocker. At the factory, the end of these is like a little ball. Alright, so it would, you know, rock back and forth or move back and forth easily, but it doesn't. You can feel a grinding. You know, when I first got this, it wasn't smooth. I would feel grinding. It wasn't smooth at all. So I ended up making it perfectly round and polish it at 50,000 grit with a diamond, and it's shiny. It has a mirror polish on there. And the rocker, what this screw sits on, is also polished to a mirror polish. So it's like putting two glass together with a little bit of grease, and it slides really smooth. So my trigger is really smooth break, and I mean smooth. Alright, from the factory they're not. You have to polish all the high spots, re-lube it, and your trigger work that's right. Alright, if you have any question, email me or post something. I could make another video to make it more knowledgeable and fine-tune your trigger. This is a good video for first timers. That out of the box, the trigger is not great. It's really stiff because it has to pass custom to pass a drop test. Alright, they're not tuned. Will come from the rush to here. Alright, you have to set it to your liking. I hope this video helped, and we'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.